Anointed ones, how are you guys today? I hope that you guys are doing well. Um, on the journey of healing, on the journey of self-discovery, on the journey of reclaiming your power, reclaiming your essence. On that journey, the love that you have for yourself and the love that you have for God has to outweigh the love of anything. It has to outweigh the love of money. It has to outweigh the love of status. It has to outweigh the love of people. Why gain the world yet lose your soul? Anointed ones, reclaim your power. And reclaiming your power can look like, it looks like solitude. Reclaiming your power can look like taking the time to distance yourself from things, from people, from situations that make you feel less than, or that drain your energy, or that do not have the respect and the honor that you expect for yourself. Withdrawing and the solitude and the self-discovery, it opens up so many layers of self. There's going to be things that you find out about yourself that you never knew. There's going to be feelings, buried feelings, that are going to come to the surface. There's things that you have gone through, anointed ones, that you have not dealt with. There are things that you have suppressed that want to come to the surface. And that is part of reclaiming your power. That is a part of reclaiming your essence. It is becoming so in tune with yourself and becoming so comfortable with yourself that you can acknowledge all parts of self. You can acknowledge the light. You can acknowledge the dark. You can acknowledge the things that you never faced. And how can you dive deep into your soul if there is so much chatter, if there is so much noise, if there is so much that is pulling at you, anointed one? For a lot of you guys that are empaths, for a lot of you guys that are deep thinkers, for a lot of you guys that the world may not quite understand, solitude is your friend. You can look at all parts of self. And the part where you start reclaiming your power, that's the part where all of those energetic connections that were attached to you, that were only taking, that were only draining, that were only there for what they can get, that's when they all start to fall off. And that's when your frequency rises. And that's when the individuals that were attached to you, the places that you were that could not see your value, that's when the separation occurs. That's when the balancing of energies and the balancing of just balance. That's when balance takes place, the moment that you withdraw. And it's going to show you that once you have God, once you have self-respect, once you have dignity, and once you respect the vessel that God has given you on this earth, the opinions of others don't matter. The way others see you, it becomes background noise. The way that you perceive yourself, the way that God sees you, that is what becomes the most important. That is what becomes your validation. You no longer worry if you will be accepted. You no longer worry if you are liked. You no longer worry if you are loved by others or even seen by others, because the solitude has allowed you to become so comfortable with self It has allowed you to become so comfortable with every part of self that the outside validation no longer becomes your measuring stick. The outside validation no longer becomes your be all. And for a lot of you anointed ones, this is why the enemy held you back for so long. This is why you were sabotaged so much, because they were afraid that you would fall in love with yourself. They were afraid that your light, your dark, your quirks, your weirdness, they were afraid that you would fall in love with it. And the moment you fell in love with it, you made sure that you came first. You made sure that people that dishonor you, people that don't see you and don't value you, you make sure that you gave them the position that they were deserving. You are literally in charge of your life now, anointed one. And empaths, black sheep, the ones that they always use as scapegoats. You guys have been the punching bag for a long time. You guys have been the brunt of the jokes. You guys have been the punching bag for a very long time. And what's happening in this season, the anointed are waking up. What's happening in this season, those of you that took the abuse for so long, those of you that took the deliberate sabotage and the deliberate setups and the you would kind of ignore the fact that that people were hurting you because you wanted to be a good person. You would ignore the fact that people didn't value you because you somehow wanted to be needed. In this season, you're not that person anymore, anointed ones. In this season, anointed ones, you're pulling your power back. And however the chips may land, however the at whatever cost, anointed ones, you don't mind walking away. At whatever cost, anointed ones, you do not mind walking away, because your self-respect, the love for self, is so much greater than who sees you, who acknowledges you. Anointed ones, you are officially in your I don't care era. And because you're in that era, there are going to be a lot of people that they're going to throw some temper tantrums, because the anointed have been laying down a long time and taking abuse. The anointed have been laying down for a long time, and